Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to the Glow Up finale. I didn't really know when this series would end when I started it. However, I feel like I'm at the point now where we can kind of tie it up. I can continue to update as time goes on if there's any major improvements or changes, but for all intents and purposes, this is the finale of my The Glow Up series. If you don't know what that is, basically a year, I think it's been about a year and some months now, I was super duper overweight and had a lot of bad habits, and still do, of course, but I'm working on it. And overall, just really wanted to start a series where I would be working on myself and showing that to the public, to show basically that you can do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. And I guess I just want to say I am very, very proud of myself for getting to this point. You know, when I originally started, there was a lot of naysayers. Obviously, when you put yourself out onto the internet and you show any sign of weakness, like obviously a lot of weight gain, mental weakness, whatever it is, people tend to target you just like any bully would, just simply because you're an easy target at that point, and people know that they can go after you whether to feel better themselves or whatever reason. Who cares? But I wanted to say that, yeah, I'm very, very proud of myself in this moment, because as many people on this channel know, it can be hard for me to stick with certain things. I probably have undiagnosed ADHD, I would imagine, because my brain just jumps from thing to thing to thing to thing. I'm easily bored, I'm easily unsatisfied, and I just am always craving some sort of stimulation. So I'm very, very proud to get to this point where I actually stuck with the series, and also my goals in general, and I did most of it for myself. It obviously feels good to get compliments and to have your audience and other people and blah blah blah, you know, see you and see what you've done, but a lot of this was for myself genuinely, and I feel really good about it. Also, I know a lot of people are going to say, like, where's Oblivion? We don't care about this, that sort of thing. Whenever I upload anything unrelated to the Oblivion 100%, in this current day and age, I get those sort of comments, which I don't really take personally, because at the end of the day, I get it. The Oblivion series is what's popping. People are enjoying it. I know you want more. But life is also, you know, about other things than just video games, and I've always used this channel to sort of get my personal stuff out there as well when I think it's conducive and helpful and could be a positive influence. So Oblivion will return on Monday, so don't worry, it'll be back before you know it. And then also, if you are a member on this channel, you will get a bonus episode before that Monday episode comes out, and then obviously bonus episodes for members will continue at that point too. So at the time of this video being made, I actually already did this video, but then the Oblivion remaster stuff was happening, and also I lost more weight, so I decided to scrap it and then kind of redo it because it would be more timely. I have lost 110.6 pounds, rounded up, I guess, to 111 pounds, and I just weighed myself this morning, so that is very, very accurate. And that sounds and feels like a lot, but to me, as I've said, it's like, I don't know, to somebody that's never lost weight before, that is huge. That's everything. But I've done it, and this is either the second or third time that I have lost a significant amount of weight, and so I'm no stranger to it. It's not a feeling of just like, wow, I did it, I'm here. It's a constant thing of wanting to improve all those aspects continuously. It's not just like, I'm done, that's it. And it's not that elatement of, you know, losing weight for the first time. It's the feeling of wanting to continue to improve myself. But currently, yes, 110.6 pounds as of this morning, and I'll probably put a comparison picture here, although honestly, I've been taking far less pictures of myself at the gym and stuff, just mainly because, as I said, I want to do it more for myself as opposed to easy internet points for doing stuff. You know, that's all well and good, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to enrich my life, not for any other extraneous purposes. So I wanted to basically give an overview on what worked for me, and if you're watching this and you're bored out of your mind, or you don't want to hear about this, this is not the video for you. Who this video is for people that are genuinely, you know, interested in me and my life and want to see me succeed in some capacity, and also for people who are looking to either lose weight, build muscle, or get some sort of positive snowball going for their life, because that is genuinely what this series has been about from the beginning, trying to show just anybody out there that you can do this, because trust me, all I think about is food. All I want to do is eat pizza every day. But you know, if you have some willpower, if you get that positive snowball rolling, you can make it happen. And so this video is for those people, and I know there are people out there because I am one of them and was one of them and blah, blah, blah. So If I was watching a content creator, I know I would want to see a video like this if they were on a similar path, if that makes sense. So if you don't know, weight loss is purely calories in, calories out. No matter what anybody says, no matter what diets, this, that, the other thing, blah, blah, blah. It's calories in, calories out. And you can do it different ways if you want. You can follow this diet, you can follow that diet, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you what worked for me. Calories in, calories out. I basically got a baseline of my, whatever you want to call it, like TDEE. There's like, I always blank on this stuff. But anyways, however you want to phrase it, you want to get a baseline for, look up a nutrition calculator and then put in your weight, your height, your sex, all the stuff. And it'll give you a baseline for, losing a lot of weight or losing a little bit of weight. And that's what I did way back at the start, just to get a baseline idea of where to start, how many calories I should be eating in a day to shave off some weight. And then after that, it was just experimentation. It was basically seeing what worked. And it's a lot of feeling it too. Like if you're over full constantly, if you feel like crap constantly, you're probably overeating. So you want to feel, over time, that feeling of just being satisfied, but not being over full. So it was basically that, just over time, just constantly shaving off calories as I lost more and more weight because you have less calories to work with, and then just staying consistent with it. Some days I had massive caloric amounts by the end of the week. Other days I had much smaller, and it would correlate with more or less weight loss. I mean, I've had weeks where I lost like 7 pounds in a week, which is probably not healthy, but I've had weeks where I've lost, 0.2. I've had weeks where I've lost 2 pounds, 3 pounds, whatever. It changed by the week, and obviously, depending on personal life stuff, that's going to fluctuate as well. So I can't stress this enough. Get a baseline for how much you're working with. Again, calorie nutrition calculators are good for that. And then start to experiment each week. If you fail, that's okay. Just try to refine the process and try to get a more accurate representation of how much you should and should not be eating. The other big thing was intuitive eating. I no longer ever feel the need to overeat, pretty much ever, because I know that I will feel like crap. And I don't like feeling like crap. And my brain has shifted to now where that feeling of feeling satisfied, and I always say, like, if I'm going out to eat with my parents or something, and then I don't overeat, and then we walk around downtown or something like that, it feels so much better to not just feel overfull and disgusting. So that is so much more important to me now than it ever was in the past, of just wanting to consume and feel good that I've consumed. No, now it's much better to just feel like I'm satisfied and I still feel, like my stomach is a good level of full. So intuitive eating, that really was another key element where basically when I was done or like halfway through a meal, I just know that once my body, gets used to that much food, I'm going to be full and it's going to be fine. I had a really bad habit of overeating before, and this really, really helped me to allow myself to enjoy food while also stopping when I was full. So calorie counting and then also intuitive eating kind of just came together, and I stayed consistent with it, and that's the main thing. I want to touch on drug use and alcohol. I've never really been a drug guy at all, but I would smoke marijuana every now and then if it was like present and if I could just partake. Sometimes I would. I basically cut out alcohol and weed entirely, I think around March of last year. So it's been, again, a year and some months or whatever. Haven't had a drop of alcohol outside of non-alcoholic beverages, which do have like 0.5%, but it's not really present. It's not going to make you drunk, obviously. So not had a drop of alcohol or smoked weed or really have done anything like that at all. So yeah, for like a full year at this point. And mainly, that's just to talk about the calories of the alcohol consumption and also how weed would make me overeat, because munchies are real, and I have like 10 out of 10 munchie response when I smoke weed. So cutting those two elements out gave me a lot more leeway calorically, obviously, and also, they're just kind of bad habits if you're not getting too many positive things from them. For me anyways, it's just not personally something that I, will get anything positive from. So it was kind of easy to cut that stuff out once I got into the swing of it, and that also has been very helpful. Finally, I wanted to talk about the muscle that I've built. Basically, most people probably know I started with Frankelman's Dumbbell Only Split. It's like a workout program. I will put the link in the description. And I stuck with that for forever, and I kind of tinkered with it. I cut out the things I I just flat out hated doing, because if you hate it, you're just going to eventually burn out and not want to do it. And I basically just refined it into my own program, but it was heavily based off of that Frankelman's dumbbell only split, which is like a beginner or intermediate program. And I stuck with it for forever. At this point in time, when I started going back to the gym, I still have not missed a single day of working out. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, because I'm going to be seeing my family soon, and that means I probably will have to miss a workout for the first time since I started. And it's okay. You know, I mean, there's obviously, it's going to be tough for me to deal with that perfectionism. But yeah, all that to say, I've been incredibly consistent with it. And then eventually I started going with my friend again to the gym somewhat recently. So we translated it to 2 upper days and 2 lower days in the week. So right now we're doing basically an upper body day. So that's obviously bicep curls, tricep, whatever, shoulders. We've got back stuff. We've got chest stuff. And then we do leg day after that. And we do both of those 2 times a week. So 2 uppers, 2 lowers, working out basically every single part of the body. I don't know if it's the best, most efficient thing that we're doing, but again, it's a learning process. It's slowly refining it to being something that you enjoy doing on some level, because obviously some of it is work, of course, but also something that you're going to be able to be consistent with. And then in addition to that, I try to play a lot of basketball these days. I try to just do cardio whenever I can, whether we're hiking or whatever. I try to supplement everything with cardio. The only thing right now that I'm missing that I want to reintegrate on some level is ab stuff, core stuff, although I still don't know how much that is important compared to just upper and lower. But all of that to say is I've been incredibly consistent with it, putting in effort. When I feel that I can go up on weights, put in the amount of effort that I feel like is right for that moment, depending on my energy level. And I just stayed really consistent with it. And now I feel like I'm the strongest that I have ever been in my life. And obviously there's a lot of way to go. I don't want to be a bodybuilder or anything like that, but I do want to maintain a level of strength that also just fits my frame, because I'm a big dude and I like feeling like I'm a strong guy. So that's been incredibly helpful for my mental, but also goes in tandem with the weight loss to kind of replace the fat with muscle gain. So it's all, all in all, just been a fantastic kind of combo. So that's basically it. If you have any specific questions, because I never feel like I kind of cover every single thing in these videos, leave comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I cannot stress enough, if I can do it, you can do it. I've been there where I never lost weight and I was always a chubby kid and it felt like an impossibility. I just thought, I'm always going to be overweight. I'm always going to feel bad about how I look. I'm always not going to be able to achieve these goals. I've been there. Not for a long time, because that was during like college when I first lost my first big chunk of weight. But I was there where it felt like an impossibility. And I really, really, really want to stress, I love food to death, and it's a constant struggle to not overeat, and I'm getting better and better, and it's healing slowly over time, especially with intuitive eating. But I've been there. I've had that mentality, and it's not impossible. It just takes consistency and doing what works for you. So I wish you the absolute best of luck. Again, feel free to ask any questions in the comment section. I will do my best to answer them. And I want to say a big thank you to everybody for watching The Glow Up series. I may do future videos, but I kind of wanted to just tie this series off nicely with a little red ribbon, because while I've still got some weight loss goals and muscle goals that I want to work towards, I'm pretty happy with where I am right now, and I'm just basically enjoying life a lot more. And so, yeah, this playlist may get updated in the future. We'll see. But for all intents and purposes, this is the finale. So I want to say a big thanks again for watching the series, and thanks for watching my channel, and best of luck to you with whatever goals you have going on in your life. I will see you on Monday for more Oblivion Remastered 100%. Bye-bye.